to the evil people, and you said that he's number 13, so he's evil.
But it's evil to me. I'm not evil.
I'm
The
not
other
evil.
people, they worship 13. That's why they make Friday the 13th. That's why they take 13 out of the fucking elevator. And
Oh, that's Japan.
no, that's just
Yeah.
Christian comfort. Christian.
Really? Okay. Well, it states in the
Christ,
law book.
Christ, how many disciples were there at the Last Supper?
12.
All right. And how many total people?
24.
No, no, 12
That was close though,
disciples.
because
12
I haven't read the
disciples
book for a
plus
while.
Jesus, right?
Yes.
Jesus was the 13th. So
Yeah.
that's why they make you be scared of 13.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
But theoretically,
Evil people taught you everything you know, and everything that you know is a big fucking lie,
okay.
right? And you're a big dumbass, and that's exactly the way they want it, right?
That's a perspective, because actually,
No, it's not a
13th is a
perspective, it's a
mathematical
fact.
number,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Sure
mathematical was, you know what mathematical is, right?
What? What do you?
Mathematical is the algorithm of the space entirely system. Listen,
Space.
if you didn't know, algorithm equals a plus minus square, and
And you think
13
God
is
said,
actually
"Here, go figure this shit out," right? That's what he said. No, he gave us a garden of paradise to live in and just to fucking chill and do what the fuck we want, just as long as we obey him and not eat from that one tree, because he told us not to do it. But we decided that we would listen to the woman instead of him, and that was the dumbest thing that man ever did.
Yeah.
And from that day on, and to this day, right now, man is still listening to woman and falling away from God.
Are you a woman, Evil B?
No.
Listen, okay, so women, so why if woman's bad, every guy wants to turn into one nowadays?
Oh, I didn't say woman was bad, did I?
Yes, you did.
No, I said listening to the woman is bad.
Oh, do you think transitioning into a woman is a good thing for the peoples or bad?
It's evil, and a man can never turn into a woman.
Okay, but theoretically, after saying that and calling everything evil,
what does
your
that
name
mean?
is Evil B, which has evil in it, the letter E, and then E backwards is a backwards 3, and then the
Evil
last letter of
backwards is
L
what?
of evil is
Live.
an L, also
And
known
that's
as
what
a
I want.
1.
That's what I want for you, right? I want you.
Yeah,
to
wait,
live.
that's true. Evil B. The last letter of you of the word evil
Yeah.
is 1. How
And then
many
the
letters
first
left
one
are there?
is
3.
E, which is flipped, is a 3. So 1, 3 is 13, and
Yeah.
evil is 13. And then
13
B...
live. 13 live.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Checkmate.
Okay. Listen,
Checkmate.
I understand you, and what
Playing
you're
the
saying
devil's game.
puts an impact on the young youth, and I would like to tell you, if you could actually keep doing what you're doing and
Right.
spreading the love to
That's what
everyone.
I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to tell the truth, and I'm going to be hated for it. I'm going to be crucified for it. That's
Do you
what
believe in
Jesus told
BLM, Evil B?
me. Would I believe in what?
BLM?
Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
So these fat black lesbian women say that, and then they make a lot of money off of it, right?
Mhm.
And then they go and buy a house in an all-white neighborhood. Is that right? Is that right?
No.
Is that right,
Listen, some are in poverty, but yes, that is true.
All right. Do Black Lives Matter to black people?
Yes.
That's your opinion.
Who's the number one enemy of the black people?
Don't know.
Black
What is it?
people.
That's right. Black people.
Oh.
Huh. So you're saying that black people kill more black people than anyone else?
That's what the statistics say.
So statistics say that to black people, black lives don't matter, but they should matter to everybody else? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their population is decreasing exponentially due to the numerous amounts of violence going on nowadays.
And the fluoride in the water.
they fuck like jackrabbits. They have just as many abortions as they do children. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're like fucking cockroaches.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
you said you don't lie, and that's actually an incorrect statement because they don't have as many abortions as they do children.
I said just as about just as many. I didn't say. I'm not sure about the statistics, but they're having. They got an abortion clinic everywhere down there in the ghetto, where the niggers are, right? And they're promoting fucking without condoms. You know what I'm saying? In their music and their culture, and that's what they do. And all they got to do is just fuck and make babies,
Hmm.
and the more
You like
babies they
Black
make,
Evil Bee?
the more welfare they get.
Okay.
How can a fucking ghetto ass fucking black person with a bunch of kids have a nicer car than somebody who works and only has one child? Right? Does that make any sense to you? Do you think that's fair?
Yeah.
That the person who just wants to sit around all day and get fucked all day and smoke weed and sponge off the welfare can live a better life than
That's
somebody
what
who
you do,
works.
Evil Bee.
No, I don't do anything. See,
You
I
have
don't do.
welfare?
Yeah. I get the bridge card because it's barely anything. It's enough to.
And you smoke weed.
I grow it.
Okay. So
And
under federal laws, jurisdiction 8 page 13 B section, actually page 4 in the
No,
state
no,
of
no,
Florida.
no. It's not Florida. I'm in Michigan, and I can grow weed. I can grow.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
look at my book real quick.
Go ahead,
Where's my
Mr.
book at?
Lawyer, buddy. I
Okay.
can grow like 12 plants. I think. I think the law
In the
states.
book, it says you may grow, but you cannot distribute it without a license.
I don't distribute it, so it doesn't matter. And I think I can distribute up to an ounce.
It actually states here you cannot distribute at all
Well,
unless you have a
now
license.
we got city ordinances, right? Now, in my city, it was legal before it was in the state, and then now it's legal in the state. So the state law trumps that, and federal law trumps that. So
Okay.
whatever, right? But in my city, I can deliver an ounce to somebody in my city. I
so, what do you
know.
think about diabetes, Evil Bee?
I think it's a Jewish-made disease that they give us with shots like the flu shot or COVID-19 shot or whatever.
So you
Are you
think
really a
the
reptilian,
disease
Evil Bee?
is a
Yeah.
lie?
Yeah, I'm really a reptilian. I can read your mind. You
What
know?
am I
What am I
thinking
thinking of
about?
right now?
No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to read my mind. I don't. I drink all day, so I don't have to read my mind, your mind, nobody's mind. I just want to be left alone and fucking just chill. You know what I'm saying, with God.
I'll
Right?
give you $100
I
if you read my mind.
I want to seek God with all my might, strength, everything. Mind, body,
All right.
soul, and strength. I want to seek God because I don't want to chill without Him. He's my best friend. He's your best friend too, whether you know it or not.
Yep. Anyways, after saying that, do you still believe in the 13th law?
I believe in some evil something. The reason why there's not a 13th floor is evil, right?
Yep.
And I don't know. I have no idea why or what it is, but it's evil for sure. That's the truth. I can tell you that, right? And
Okay.
it might have something to do with Jesus and the 12 disciples, right? It might not. But yet I'm still leaning towards that because it seems like everything that I've learned is like antichrist, right? Everything is antichrist from the government.
Okay.
When government got involved with schools, what did they do? What's the first thing they did? They got rid of the prayer, right? They used to, instead of the Pledge of Allegiance, they would have a prayer, and then they would say the Pledge of Allegiance. That's kind
Yeah.
of weird. All right, and so everything the government does is evil, and it was in the Bible before King James took it out. So You can't trust the government. No government. Not the Australian government, not the British government, not the American government.
Is it true that you haven't read the Bible, but you say you're a prophet of God?
That's right.
Okay. And
Yeah.
a little follow up after that. Do you think Muslims? What do you think of Muslims in wearing hijabs? Because theoretically, hijabs are actually protecting you from the sun, which also it makes you feel closer to the Lord Allah, which some people think is a god and others don't. But what are your thoughts?
I think that there's nothing wrong with a culture, a group of
Yeah,
people.
it will be. Can you turn your camera on?
Yeah, I can, but I'm gonna roll me a third. Now, I want to answer your question, man. You say, is there anything wrong? Is that your question? Is anything wrong with wearing a hijab?
Yes, and what is your thought on Muslims?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with wearing hijabs, right?
Okay.
And I don't think there's nothing wrong with men telling their women what they can and cannot do. Because
Hmm.
if you run a if you you know like an animal will go wild if you don't tame it, and that's their
Hmm.
way of taming their animals. Because women will run wild. Look at American women. You know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that come over here just to get some pussy, right? And they don't want to marry none of these
It
fucking
will be.
hoes.
Are you married?
I'm married to the Bible or to the Word of God to preaching.
Well, you will be. You can't be married to the Bible because you haven't read it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I not know it.
Hmm.
Well,
Listen,
you know what
that's
Jesus says he will be. He
Yeah.
says on
yeah.
the day of judgment, and then I will declare to them, "I never knew you. Depart from me, you
Yeah,
workers of lawlessness."
people will say, "Lord, oh Lord, I've preached. You know, I've prayed to you so many times. I've done that, and yet he'll say, depart from me. I never knew you, and he'll spit
But
me."
it will be. I think you're one of those people.
Well, that's fine, and
That's
I'm
a
not.
contradictory. That's
You
a
know what I'm saying? Like,
contradictory.
there's gonna be, Jesus was accused of being a drunk and a bum, and and all these things, and look at what they did to him. So,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? If
Do you
Jesus
think they
came
would have
back,
done that if they knew he was a god?
yeah, I mean, what do you mean? It did happen.
Yeah. The theory to that, though, right, is pigs, also known as John Pork. They got a phone call from it, and then the pigs got slaughtered. Right? Are you on? You
Yeah,
with me?
yeah, and they went
Okay.
running off and they ran off and they jumped off the cliff, and
Yeah.
they all
The John
died.
Pork theory. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, so let me explain it to you. The John Pork theory, back in like the 1700s, there was the first ever. It was like a myth, but John Pork called them somehow, and he spoke to them in a weird manners, and then they never spoke to him again, which also equivals to the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra is a single eye that watches over the humanity, which people haven't seen for over decades, and them
Illuminati.
two have collaborations. They have collaborations together for you know what, the flowers. The flowers are the symbols of them.
What is?
Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Ira flowers.
Yeah. Basically, that has a theory, but I don't know how to debunk it because that's been my case
Debunk it?
for years.
Do you think that it's your duty?
Yes.
It's your duty to debunk this thing that you're trying to debunk.
Yes.
So God planted Adam in the Garden of Eden and said, "Here, go ahead and figure out what this Ira shit is all about. This theory."
Okay. What about?
Fuck outta
Do you
here.
think him and John Pork actually spent
John
time together?
Paul,
Because
the guy that was Fast and Furious? Paul
no,
Walker?
John
he
Paul.
called them. He called them with the phone back in the
Boxer, John Paul?
1700s.
Paul, what's his name? Jake Paul?
John Pork.
John Talk?
No, John
Paul.
Pork.
John
Like
Paul.
pork.
And what is this guy about?
He somehow telepathically
Right?
communicated with them with the
Uh-huh.
future, with
Okay.
a phone back in the 1700s. It was a theory.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
rung them.
So what big
And-
deal? What did he do?
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing new.
How was
under the
that
sun.
possible? How did he ring them in the 1700s?
Psychologically, how was that possible?
Because there's no such thing as time.
Oh,
Oh. Okay, that contradicts that though. But the John Pork, he said he's a theory of time.
would be
He's
is
an
space
atom.
real?
What?
Is space around us real?
No.
Oh no,
No,
because John
no.
Pork said he was alive with the space. He said he turned into a
there's no thing as
planet.
space, no thing as time. You know what? I can prove
He
that to
would
you
be.
guys.
Do you think this John Paul guy is the Antichrist?
No, listen, I can prove to you that space and time doesn't exist. Which one would you like me to prove to you first?
Space.
Time and space.
All right. Well, I heard space first, so I'm gonna disprove space exists.
Yep.
All right. Check this out. Right? You ever had a friend from, say, far away? You know, thousands of miles away. Right?
Yep.
And I want your honest answers. Right? Have you ever had somewhere, you know, hundreds, thousands of miles away, and you're thinking
Yes.
about them, right? You all of a sudden, I don't know particular reason, you start thinking about them, and then they call you.
Mm.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
Okay. I got one yes, and what the other one?
Yes.
No.
I'm the yes.
No.
He's the no.
All right. So you were like, you know what? I haven't talked to this person in a long time, and then they called you, and you're like, hey, I was just thinking about you, right?
Yep.
Now, how did that happen?
Play luck
Huh?
by chance.
No, not you, because it didn't happen to you. You never said you never had it happen to you. So I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from the
Alright,
guy
that's a
who.
good theory, but I don't know how that would be
space,
necessary.
Hey, did space have anything like? Even though you guys were 1,000 miles apart, when he was thinking of you, you thought of him, right?
Yep.
Instantly.
Space is still real.
Okay, so my theory there is, how the fuck does any of that? I'm sorry for laughing, but how the fuck does that even fucking make sense, bro?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Because
That has nothing to do with space.
yeah, it does, because you guys are saying there's space, right? But instantly, as he thought, you know, 1,000 miles away, he thought of his friend or his cousin.
Oh,
or his,
you didn't explain it like that. Now I understand. Okay.
And the space in between you did not matter, did it?
Oh,
Well,
now I
there's still
understand. You
space
should
in
explain
between.
like that in the first.
Well,
Okay,
no,
now I
I
understand.
had to get to the point where we was before I explained it, so that way you'd understand.
Yeah, now I understand. Okay.
Right?
Sorry for
So,
lashing out there, but now I understand.
right? What did space really matter in between? You know, you guys were far apart, but yet he thought of you, you thought of him, and you guys were talking, and there was no space. Didn't matter.
Well, space still
Mm.
existed.
Only to us. That's what God told me. He said,
Okay.
space only matters to you guys. It doesn't matter to the worms, to the birds, right? To the animals. It doesn't matter to anybody. Not to him, right? Not to nobody but us. Right? And that's because we've been deceived by the devil. And he didn't tell me that. I figured that out, you know, afterwards. But I'm
But
saying
you just said that he told you that.
he told me that space does not exist. When I asked him, I said, "What is outer space?" Because I asked God two questions. One was, "What is outer space?" and one was, "What is time?" And he said that they both don't exist. Only to us. Only to us. We're the only ones that wear a watch and care about what time it is. Nothing else does. Not the trees. Not nothing. But us. You notice that?
Wow.
Okay.
What's your IQ evil be?
My IQ is up there. I try to bring
Really?
it down. I try to break it down to about 80, so I can be a retard like the rest of everybody else here on the planet. So
Okay.
I can fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's
Well,
a lonely.
okay.
It's lonely being a genius in a world of dummies.
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. I honestly see where you're going with the space and thing, but hear me out. If space wasn't real, how, when you look up, you see sky?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you what time is. Time is okay. Imagine time is the pond, right?
Yep.
You got a pond, and time is the pond. The pond isn't going nowhere. It's not a river. It's not an ocean. It's not. It's not doing anything.
Mm,
They're just sitting there, right?
okay.
And your life
Well, time
begins.
isn't a pond. It's a stream.
No, 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 no. No, I'm telling you what God told me, and you can argue with me all you want, and you can argue with God, right? But
Okay.
God said that time is like a pond. The pond ain't going nowhere. It's not doing no river shit. It's not doing no ocean wave shit. It's just sitting there. It's not moving. It's windless night. All right. So when you're born, right? It's like taking a rock in the middle of the pond and throwing it up in the air, right? And as that rock's going up in the air, so you're right in the middle of the pond, you're throwing a rock up in the air from the middle of the pond. And that's when your parents are fucking, right? They're making love, right? They're making
Hmm.
okay, and when the rock hits, like the top where it goes, that's when you enter the egg, right? Okay? And now you entered the egg and you've created life in a way. See, in a way, I'm saying, what I'm saying, as the way up, that's still life, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you were alive in your dad's ball sack, and
Hmm.
as you're swimming, you're getting to that egg. That's when your life sort of begins because right then and there, at that height of the whoever threw the fucking rock up in the middle, right? God, right? When it hits the top, when it starts coming down, that's when your 9 months of being, your mom's being pregnant begins. And when you're born is when you hit the fucking pond as a rock,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And in
Yeah.
life is like the wave, right? That rock creates, and you're riding that wave all the way to the shore. And as it hits the shore, it comes back, and as it comes back, it's not as strong as it was. You understand?
Hmm.
And that's when you're going out. You're closer to dying. That means there's a point, and it's called beyond no return. You walk into the
Yeah.
woods. You walk into the woods so far, and it's farther to go back than it is to go forward.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And this opened my eyes to a lot of new theories. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm just tell the truth, man. I'm telling you. Oh, in outer space, I asked a guy what outer space was. He said there is no outer space and there is no inner space, and he laughed at me. I
Okay. And he laughed at you?
yeah, yeah, he laughed at me. I made God laugh. You know what amazing?
Oh.
He's a comedian. He's got a sense of humor. That's the first thing I learned about God. What is outer space? He said there is no
Hmm.
outer space and there is no inner space. There's just space, and you guys are the only one that uses it.
I'm back, guys.
It's a
Okay.
it's a measurement in between two entities,
Hmm.
two things, whatever, right? And we're the only ones that use it, just like time.
Okay.
Do you think that, like, what I'm saying, like,
Well, we're the only one who uses it because we're the most advanced.
yeah, we're the ones that have been deceived by the devil. The devil hates us, right? And you know why he hates us, right? Because we were created in God's image and we have free will, which he doesn't. He's he's a
Hmm.
prisoner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
God loves us, right?
Yeah.
More than he loves the devil.
Okay. Yeah, obviously. Right?
Why else would the devil hate us so much? And he doesn't hate us. He hates
Taxes.
God. He hates God, right?
Ah.
He hates God, and since we're created in his image, and it hurts God the most to kill our babies, and that's why he's got an abortion clinic on every, and they promote it. They don't just promote abortions; but they promote us having sex and not having, you know, they look at what they do. They fucking make fun of the dad, right? You guys, how is your relationship with your dad?
Very good.
Very good. Why?
Um, because yeah, just because it is.
Just because it is. You got no other.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Is your dad a good dad?
Yeah, but hear me out.
All right.
Devil, taxes, income, wages, all that together. What does that equal? A minus B squared. It doesn't equal anything because this ETH of the what's it called? The sinexual. You know the sinexual?
No. What is that?
The sinexual is the everything holding everything together. The sinexual basically is a string between us and God. And the sinexual, it can actually speak with us when you grow older. You might have spoken to it before, but it actually equals the symbol of everything. Alright?
See, like, I got a little older. Older.
That's devil shit, man. That sounds like a big old, gigantic, complicated.
Evil B, can I do a test with you? Can I do a test?
Yeah, I would love you.
I'm gonna ask you a Bible verse, and you've got to tell me what it is.
All right, whatever that means, I'll do the test.
You gotta ask God what the Bible verse says.
I don't need to ask God for what the Bible verse is. I can just read it in my soul. All
right, 1 John 8-10.
1 John 8-10. Read it to me.
No, I want you to tell me what it says.
1 John.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up. 1 John 8-10. I don't know. I can tell you.
Ask God what it says.
Ask God what it said. But he's already gave that to me, that information to me.
Alright, then tell me.
What does it say? Tell me. I'll tell you.
I want you to tell me what it says.
I can grab the Bible and read it.
No, I want you to tell me what God told you it says.
Alright, well, I'm gonna grab my Bible since it's right here in front of me, right? And if you want to know the truth, God gave me this Bible, right? And it's right here in front of me. So you're wanting me to tell you something that I have right in front of me.
No, I want you to tell me something. I want you to try to ask God what it is.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting
without looking it up.
Ruth, Judges, Joshua, Deuteronomy, Isaiah, Acts, John. Here we go. Chapter 1. 8-10, you said?
Mm-hmm.
He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. And they're talking about John, right? John the Baptist? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
No.
What do you mean no? You just said yeah.
I'm talking about John 1:8.
Yes. I'm at John. I'm at 8. And it says he was not
1 John 1-8.
1-8. In the beginning was the Word. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's what. Don't worry.
What?
Sorry.
Huh?
Yes.
You know how to use a Bible, Evil V?
No. But
Oh.
I'm at St. John, right? The Gospel of John. I'm at chapter 1, and I'm at verse 8.
Verse 1-8.
Yeah, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You know, there's another book in this Bible that starts off with that. In the beginning.
Right.
Did you know that?
That's right, Evil V. Don't worry.
Anyways, I'm gonna have to departure with you, Evil B, as my lawyer meeting is in 30 minutes, and my client ran over someone, so I'm gonna have to sort that out.
I ran over someone.
I'm done.
Alright, Evil B, have a good day. Don't sober up in the meantime, stay drunk, and have a good time.
I'm not drunk, but I like to get a buzz going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do whatever fucking makes you feel whatever. Have a good one.
You too, man. God bless you.